Hey everyone, it's Libby from Meister Tarot. I'd like to acknowledge the Worimi First Nations people. It's WORIMI, and welcome to you, your guides, my guides, and the universal energies. I'm sorry about the volume of videos today. I know I'm absolutely putting them out there. Denise Knight did, in her daily tarot reading, say that today was going to be a huge spiritual day. So she got that absolutely right. And I noticed that my solar return reading from Denise Knight is sitting in my email there. So I'll have a little bit of a look at that hopefully this afternoon. Using my Light Seers Tarot, what I want to have a look at now in what's happened over the weekend in Australia, the only saving grace in regards to the horrific incident that happened at Bondi Junction, which is a big 7-storied shopping mall, inside shopping mall near Bondi, and I'm sure everybody has heard of Bondi Beach and Love Bondi Rescue, which is about the lifesavers at Bondi Beach. So it was in that area. There was a gentleman aged 39, 40, I'm not exactly sure how old he was, who went on a stabbing rampage in the shopping mall. We saw both the absolute worst of humanity, but the also absolute best that in that 15 minutes of that incident before a lone female police officer, sorry, I feel like crying, with the backup of shoppers. Uh, she had like a posse of shoppers, male shoppers running with her towards the attacker, and she managed to uh, shoot the attacker and unalive him. However, it wasn't before 18 people were stabbed, 6 of them passed, 12 were wounded. Several of those that were wounded are still um, in hospital, some in the ICU, the intensive care units. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. And the one that really brought it home was the mother that died protecting her baby. The baby, 9-month-old baby, was also stabbed. She thrust her baby to two gentlemen that were there who managed to save the life of the baby, but were unable to save the life of the mother. So, oh, this just does not happen in Australia. But the saving grace of it was that we do not have uh, easy access to guns in Australia. Imagine how much worse it could have been if it was somebody armed with a semi-automatic or something of that nature. So, okay, deep breath, deep breath. What I want to have a look at is the future of mental health in Australia, but also in Western countries. So, what's now come out is the gentleman who was the attacker, around 40 years of age. He had been diagnosed in his early 20s, I believe the age of 20, I'm sorry, even before that, at the age of 17 or 18. He had been diagnosed with severe mental health issues, schizophrenia, paranoia, etc. However, what happened is, as happens so often at the moment, is that he was out in the public. There was very little assistance for him. It was basically up to him to seek the assistance. It wasn't there. Uh, um, it was up to him to seek it, not the services coming out and saying here it is. So what I want to really have a look at is, now we're talking, this was 22 years ago. He was homeless for a long period of time. He was known to police for psychotic episodes in the past. I really want to have a look at is that back in the late 1980s, the early 1990s, our government of the day, our Prime Minister under our government of the day, A lot of the mental health facilities were closed down. I'm talking about the uh, live in mental hospitals. Now, when I say that, I don't mean it in a derogatory manner. This came out of Ronald Reagan, Margaret Thatcher. They started this of closing down the mental health service. Goodness knows why. And what basically happened is that these people had nowhere else to go, and they still have nowhere else to go. What's happening is our police and our ambulance, our emergency personnel on the front line are having to mop up the those with mental health issues. They get taken to the hospital, they get in a psych assessment, they get put in a psych ward for a couple of days, medicated, they improve, they get let out into society again, or put discharged back into society with the keep your medication up. They feel good, they go off the medication cycle, rinse and repeat. Nothing against these people whatsoever that are going through these instances. It's just basically they don't have the support that they need and the support that they used to have in the past. So in my particular area, there used to be two facilities where uh, those that needed help could live and have a home and be semi-independent. It's almost like, if I say the current aged living facilities where people have a room and their own bathroom. A lot of them, they could have joint homes, but they are always under the shelter of a facility that looks after them, monitors them, with the coming and going, etc. Now, what happens is they're basically just put out into society. Even if it's in group homes, it's not monitored 24/7. They're not really getting the assistance they want. I want to know, is this going to change? Because as I'm shuffling, I've got two tens. I think we are at an end of a cycle where we're at an emotional end, where there is a realization of this truth. We really need to acknowledge the truth to be able to step forward in the new beginning. We're not at the new beginning as of yet. Sorry about the 7 minutes of waffling beforehand, but I really, to me, this is so important. Um, the dismantling of these facilities was not um, now, I'm not talking about incarcerating people. What you're finding, though, is those that have been not getting the mental health help that they deserve and that they require. Homelessness, the prisons are full of them. The hospitals are getting full of them. I just want to have a look. Is it coming to light that we need to deal with mental health differently? Is there an awakening? Come on down. Sorry about this waffle beforehand. The Emperor stepping up and taking control. We're coming out of a patriarchal, my way or the highway, dictator type 2,000 years of men, uh, male. It's not all men, please don't mistake me there, but this is sort of a male dominated society with them forcing their control and their ideas on others. Now, I know Margaret Thatcher was a woman, but I will call her a man in a skirt, basically. Um, Challenged by mental health. Absolutely. The current way of doing things is being challenged by the seeing of these mental health issues. Goodness me. The Queen of Swords. The feminine stepping forward with bringing logic, wisdom, brutal truth and clarity. This is not an emotional subject. This is not a clothes tearing, hair pulling, rendering. But what about the rights of? No, this needs to be looked at in a logical, honest, truthful, clarifying way. In the past, the feminine healing, but also these people living in stability and security and protection. I'm not talking about us being protected. I'm talking about them feeling protected, feeling nurtured, feeling safe. But it's in the past because these facilities have been shut down and they've been literally thrown on the streets. The Seven of Wands, a higher level of thinking. What have I got here? The Seven of Wands, literally being attacked by the messaging that's coming. Okay, thank you. I'm getting that this is governments. This is governments in there. It's all too hard. La 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 la. I'm feeling like there might be we call them coronial inquiries here. There might be inquiries into it like we did for aged care, like we did for disability, like we've done for so many other aspects. But nothing happens, or very, very little happens. But there's a demand for it here. Feeling like there just might be a royal inquiry type thing. In the face of this anguish and heartbreak and loss and despair and feeling of barrenness and the heart's been ripped apart. Boy, oh boy. New beginning. New ideas being brought forward in regards to health and healing. A new offer coming forward. That is out of left field, but it is brought with love and integrity. Okay, there's a shift coming here where healing, the giving and receiving of healing is on offer. It's real. There is a desperate need to shine the light on what is behind the scenes, what is hidden behind the scenes, and really see it for what it is. But as usual, it comes down to the money. At the end of the day, do we continue doing what we've always been doing in regards to this health issue, or do we look at something new? What we have been doing for the last 30 years is not working. Do we explore something new? Again, we've got the infighting, the squabbling, the arguing, the trying to tear down those that are reaching for a higher goal. But Ace of Swords, new beginning in truth and honesty, and there are steps that need to be taken. So I really do feel that it's almost like what we're doing is not working. We need to look at what are we not looking at? The opportunities that we're not looking at. Because we've been pouring ourselves down this bottomless pit going, oh no, if we just try harder, if we just keep pouring more and more, the light will come to the surface and all will be fantastic. It's not. It never does. New beginning, new ideas, new way of doing things, bought with love, bought with compassion, support with working together. So I think this is actually going to be, unfortunately, it's not going to happen overnight. That is what has happened at Bondi, going to be because our health professionals and our frontline workers have been trying to get governments to listen for a long time in regards to this, and they just haven't been getting through. But I think we are at the emotion of it has brought it to the surface, and the light is being shone, and until it is brought to the surface and revealed and seen, it cannot be acted upon. And here we've got the High Priestess, wisdom, universal connection, powerful, powerful intuition, the powerful feminine energy. And it is about compassion and caring and empathy. It's not about locking them up. It's about what is it that they need, that they want. We've been sitting up on this safe space, got the light. We know what needs to be done, but we've been ignoring it. And I'm going to say, when I say we, I'm talking about the governments. There are steps that need to be taken to set off on the path that we are meant to. And there's a big introspection and investigation that needs to happen and be acknowledged. But we do have something significantly new coming forward based on wisdom, where it doesn't get quagmire in the emotions. Something significantly new coming forward in a emotionally mature, compassionate manner in regards to mental health. Okay, and it comes down to the money. Money, 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 money. Only those big industries actually paid some taxes. We've got Google and Facebook and Amazon, all those big industries in Australia, and none of them pay it. They make billions in Australia, but none of them pay taxes yet. Only they did. Only 10% would have the money to do this sort of thing. Okay, show me the future going forward. Okay, looking overseas, looking for new ideas. Again, because they're finding themselves under attack. Our government, our current way of doing is finding themselves having to pull their pants up, put their big boy pants on, and actually take action. So looking overseas to see how they do it overseas, I'm seeing, what am I seeing? I just saw the word Sweden. So I think the Netherlands, Netherlands, the that area, how the Danish and the Swedes and the Norwegians are doing it, and those in the Netherlands as well, that whole region. Okay, show me the future going forward. Right, yeah. Powerful, powerful, volatile messages getting out there. It can no longer be ignored. Here we've got the King of Pentacles. The challenge is those in control of the money. I'm just going to say those in control of the money is going to be the challenge. Yeah, because here they are in their little bubble. Let's do another royal commission. Finding themselves under attack. In the past, we have the compassionate Queen. However, she's got emotional secrets in her bowl that have not yet been revealed. Okay, something out of left field coming forward. but with compassion and integrity. And here we've got a much better king, a king moving forward with truth and wisdom and knowledge and research and integrity and taking action, giving and receiving help, circles of support, working together as a community, the hopes and fears that what we're doing is not working. We've been pouring ourselves emotionally into this bottomless pit, hoping that it will all resolve itself, and it never will. The fear is that we'll keep doing this. The hope is that we will look at other options. I love it. The Queen of Pentacles. She is such a contrast to the King. She is bringing forth the feminine, compassionate, healing, nurturing energy of protection, security, stability, huge health healing here as well. Looking overseas to see how they do it overseas, and new beginning, new plan that is brought forward with a passion, new plan that is brought forward with strength behind it. It's a creative plan, and it's about stepping up and taking control, and moving forward. So yes, okay, I do see, the authorities stepping up and taking the steps necessary to bring about a new future. It's been seen and heard, it can no longer be denied, that there's going to be some really powerful advocacy comes here that is going to be incredibly illuminating, but also empowering in the face of the devil energy. The devil energy is literally, when I'm using this deck, same old, same old. Do we go down this new path, or do we continue what we are currently doing that is not working? And again, feminine energy, an inspirational female bringing forward a powerful and passionate new plan. It's not going to happen overnight, but it will happen. And it does take step by step by step. There's no instant solving here, but I'm really getting, and as absolutely ghastly as it was, I think in Australia we actually, I'm not going to say we needed it because we definitely do not need it, but I think it takes something like what happened over the weekend. Humans, we need to be hit over the head with a brick to bring about change, and to bring about change that those of us that have been advocating and watching for decades now, have been saying for decades, to actually bring about change. There needed to be this Big Mac moment. Us humans, we do it on everything. We do it with climate change. We do it with toxic chemicals. We do it with war. We just everything that we need to really have our eyes open to. It seems to take a brick/Mac truck moment for us to actually be spurred into taking action, and I think that is what has happened. We had our Port Arthur massacre, which instigated the gun laws. That was a Big Mac moment, but it instigated really, really strong gun laws in Australia. Didn't deal with the mental health issue. We then had our Lent Cafe. It seems to be like every 10 years we get this, 15 years we get this repeated at us in Australia. We had our Lent Cafe hostage seizure, which again, it was mental health based. Didn't take a lot of notice, but it appeared, well, what happened was that the instigator of that, the perpetrator had terrorist ties, so it tightened our terrorist legislation, etc. But still, the mental health side wasn't investigated and brought forward, and this time there's no denying. Okay, so just a card to finish up from my Namaste deck, with these energies. Oh my goodness, the cherry blossom and on over the water. Cherry blossoms are all about peace and healing, and the water is all about emotion and cleansing. The message they've got for us: each season of your life is a gathering of precious moments. Each one has a purpose, a unique beauty. Each has a challenge and a blessing. Everything is always unfolding in accordance with the divine will of the soul. And I'm saying this, and I'm talking on a collective level here. I'll hold it up so you can pause and read it for yourself if you want. I'm just going to change the wording slightly. Each season of our collective lives is a gathering of precious moments. Each of these precious moments has a purpose, has a unique beauty, has a challenge, and with it brings a blessing. Everything unfolds in accordance with the divine will, as it is meant to, when it is meant to, how it is meant to. All is a blessing and forever blessed. The lessons that we need to learn. Love to you all. Take care. Look after yourselves. Give each other a hug. Say I love you. Be grateful. Learn our lessons and go in peace. Take care. Bye-bye.